Hey everybody, hey everybody. Hi guys, it's Kayla in the building. You already know, Queen Kayla. I'm here, I'm back. I don't know, I feel like every time that I come on here, I'm always like, I'm back. Like, well, when am I ever gonna stay? Anyways guys, it is 2023, such a good year, such a good time. And I feel like this was such a good time to talk about this topic, like right in the beginning of the new year. And by the time you guys will be seeing this video, it will be like January. Anyways guys, I'm here and I know you guys see the hair. Like, I just threw on a wig. This is my mom's wig, by the way. I don't know where she got it. Maybe I do know where she got it from, but it's so pretty. Guys, I wanted to talk to you guys about how bad my generation is. So when I'm talking about my generation, I'm basically talking about the millennials at this age. If you're anywhere between 12 to 27-ish, 28, like almost about to leap into your 30s, I am talking about this specific generation. This generation is sad because we are the generation that came with the newer technology, first generation to ever hit social media platforms, more engagement, being able to communicate worldwide, internationally. Like, we have so much connections, we have so many engines. We got TikTok, Instagram, Google. Like, Google can give you all the answers for a majority of the things that we don't care to figure out ourselves. And we have so many things that our great parents didn't have. And I feel like, you know, in some aspects, these things really do help us. Like, I'm able to see other people, learn new stuff from different cultures because we have all these different gateways and have all this new technology. But when you really sit down and think about it, my generation has used this more to a disadvantage than an advantage. An example of a way that we're using what we have for granted or we're not using it in the right way is students are literally cheating using Google, because we have such easier things to figure out the information. And so, like, people aren't actually learning. They're just cheating because everything's so much easier now. And I'm really gonna come from my generation's neck on this one is how we're using social media. Like, my generation is going so sad by how we're allowing others to perceive us. And, you know, I was just looking at a lot of things on Instagram, and I just recently got back on Instagram. I'm always usually like taking my days times off of Instagram. I'm used to flushing myself because, like, I just notice a lot of different things. I don't really like a lot of negativity around me. I don't like being around a whole bunch of mix of people that just bring me too much negative energy. And so whenever I feel like there's way too much negative energy, I just avoid that, you know, like I get myself out of that mix. So from time to time, like probably every 6 months or whenever I just feel like it, I will disconnect myself from Instagram, mainly because I feel like Instagram is one of like my main ones that I'm just like, what are we doing here? So if you know me, I don't have a Snapchat anymore. I feel like that's weird. I don't have a Twitter. I think Twitter is all right, but I heard some other weird things about Twitter that's been going on. Like, yeah, but I don't use Twitter, I don't use Snapchat. The main things that I use is Instagram and TikTok now. I don't use Facebook. It's a really old engine for me. I feel like a lot of the older crowd is on there. I would say less likely the age group that I just mentioned, 13 or 12 to 28 is on there. There's some on there, but not likely. It's mostly older people. And so what I'm saying is like, my generation has not realized how bad social media has impacted us. And I feel like my generation has used social media to become their personality. We've caused it to destroy us. It's caused us to be rather apart than together. And everybody knows that, like, the world is built around people. Like, we all need each other. Nothing happens by just one person. Like, I need someone to grow, somebody else needs me to grow. We all need each other. Like, that's just how things work. The way I feel like social media has kind of impacted my generation in a very bad way when it comes to how we act and how we are. And it's just like super sad. In one way that I feel that my generation is going out sad is because we're seeking a lot of validation. And what I mean by that is, I would say majority of the people in my age group have no idea who they are. Like, they don't know who they are. If you ask them who they are, they're like, oh, I'm such and such name. I'm this age. I go to this school. They don't have nothing. Like, they don't know anything about themselves. And like, the thing is that you look at the generation, we all kind of look the same. Like, there's no one that really stands out because we all kind of look the same. Everybody's doing the same exact thing. Like, just think about it. When I was talking about the social media platforms, like, hella girls in the age group that I just mentioned, what are they doing right now? Majority of them, I would say 60 to 70% of them are on social media showing their bodies. And what do I mean by showing your bodies? I mean, like, we showing our bodies like we are Cardi B. Now, I'm not saying that anything is wrong with Cardi B's lifestyle or the way that she is. But what I'm saying is, I am talking about a specific age group. I'm talking about 12 to 28 year olds. 12 to imagine how we on the social media platform, Instagram, we got 12, 16-year-olds out here with pictures of them in a bikini. Not just because, oh, hey, it was a cute lake day, cute, you know, like we just went out. No, they're putting those bikinis on specifically because they want to be seen by somebody on the internet, or some guy that they like, or some people, like some random person, like somebody. And this is what I mean by like the seeking the validation. Like, no real woman in my generation really has like a true solid foundation, majority of them, because we are all searching the crowd. Like, we got into this era where boom, social media clashed into our generation, boom, all this different stuff, and like, whoa, everybody's just trying to keep up with the crowd. Like, nobody knows. As much as these little girls, kids, say that they know themselves or they're on this healing journey, they don't know what they're doing. And this is sad. This generation group that I just mentioned, baby, they're gonna be the next leaders. Like, they're gonna be the next up. We're on social media, using social media to a disadvantage, like a bad disadvantage. Like, can you imagine how we have Google and all this search stuff, all these dictionaries, we have all these books, everything that could give us knowledge up here. All we're doing is like using the internet for easy, quick, let me post my body, let me hustle, let me do this, all this different stuff. Nobody knows what they're doing. It blows my mind how we're in like the most advanced technology environment that our ancestors have never had, yet alone we're using it in the worst way possible. That leads me to my point of feeling like we're in trouble. Like, we're legit in trouble. The fact that none of our girls have no self-esteem, no self-love. They're driven by other people's compliments. They're driven by other people's point of view. People move how the crowd moves. Like, if the crowd pops up today and says 2 + 2 = 5, everybody's gonna say word, because it looks good. Everybody believes it, so they just want to follow the crowd, when you know deep down inside that's not true, but they're gonna do it anyways. Or like, for example, let's say you're a girl and you're a young girl, you know, finding yourself, finding your trends, and then all of a sudden you see what's trending is tube tops. Now, your mom tells you that you shouldn't wear tube tops. You know deep down inside you should not be wearing a tube top because that's just not what you like. You don't like that perception. But here you go to school and you see a whole bunch of girls, all the girls at school are wearing a tube top. What are you gonna do? Baby, you're gonna end up putting on a tube top. You're going against your morals, and then you're going against your parents. You don't even have a true identity. And the problem with my generation is that they believe that their friends are right. They believe that the crowd is right. Like, nobody's really like paying attention to this stuff. Everything is going on like subliminally for these young generation. And when I say these, like, I'm a part of it too. Girls be on social media showing themselves in bikinis, showing this like pleasing man, or they think that they're doing it for themselves. No, you're not. Nobody in their right mind that has self-love is truly posting pictures at such a young age of your body like that. Like, do you not know how valuable you are? If you really know how valuable your body was, would you really have to show it? Would you really want to show it to everybody? Would you really want it to be given to anybody? Would you really let anybody want to see your body like that? I am a victim of this because when I was in the 9th, 10th grade, like, baby, once I was in high school, I became like a hothead. I'm like, yo, everybody on this stuff, everybody, like, you know, everybody, I'm ready to show my body. And then, here was the thing when I was in high school. Like, everybody was doing it. If you didn't look good on social media, if you didn't have the most followers, if you didn't have the most likes, something was wrong with you. You weren't a cool kid. You weren't a popular kid. You weren't the one that people wanted to be around. And here's the thing about younger people. They want to be loved. They want to be seen. They want others to like them. So then what are they going to do? They're going to follow the crowd because everybody's doing that. So they think, boom, since this person's getting all that popularity, this is what's right. So I'm going to go do it. But that's wrong, because everybody has their own purpose. And just because this person is getting this much validation from these people does not mean that that's going to work for you, or if that's what you need to do. And this is the problem that I'm having. Maybe, just maybe, it would have been okay if 12, 15 girls was doing this type of stuff. But literally, it's every other girl. Every other girl on social media is doing the same exact thing. No identity. And the funny thing is that these girls really be thinking that they like they're different. And the funny thing is that they don't realize that being pretty and beautiful on the outside is universal. If you check the whole entire globe, I bet you beautiful women are all over the globe. So why are we posting ourselves online for validation from other people? It was already given. And your beauty does not only come from outside. Your beauty is within, especially for women. The thing is that women nowadays really think that guys are looking slowly based off of their beauty. So we all turned and decided to look this one image. Why? Like, why can't you just be the person that you want to be? Why you can't have a mind of your own? And I know this is so hard to grasp for my generation span, because our brains are so little. Like, we are experiencing the world, we're curious, we have all these hormones, we have all these new things. Like, your boobs are growing, your butt getting a little bit bigger, guys are getting a little taller, like testosterone all over the place, all that stuff. Like, it's all fun and games, but we need to be more educated about this. I mean, we're in a generation where we're supposed to be better thinkers than our ancestors, but it looks like our ancestors are doing better than us at this point, when you really think about it, because we are losing ourselves the more that we all try to act like each other. Like, how are we going to find different people? How are we going to get different people if we all trying to be the same thing? And this is why we are failing, low-key. This is why kids are falling into depression. Kids are falling into suicide. Kids are falling into all these different things because they're following the crowd. They don't know what they want. Last thing I'm really going to say is, like, I feel like my generation always feel like they got to prove a point. Like, real spill, nobody really knows how to love themselves. Nobody really knows how to be their own person. It's very rare in Gen Z for you to find somebody that really loves themselves or values themselves. Truthfully, look at the statistics. Pregnancies are higher in freaking children than it was years ago, generations ago. It's getting higher. And no, this is the funniest part. Contraceptives are more advanced than they were before. We have birth control pills, condoms, abortion, all of that stuff. We have all of that. We have access to all of that stuff. 60, 50 plus years ago, our great-great-grandparents really didn't have. They didn't have that stuff. And guess what? We the ones getting pregnant. We the ones showing our behind on social media to be seen by a man that doesn't even care for you. I mean, I'm really talking to the women here. Like, this is truth. if we don't figure this out, your next generation, your family is canceled. Like, so many women don't know who they are. A whole bunch of women are being something that they're not supposed to be. Like, none of us know our identity because we all just trying to chase what the crowd is doing. And then when the crowd's lost, you can't follow the crowd no more. What are you gonna do? I mean, what are we gonna do? You're gonna find out way too late. It's too late. It's too late for you to be trying to finding out this stuff. So like, life goes on. Like, one thing about time, like, look at the time on my phone. One thing about that time, oh baby, it never stops. It's just gonna keep going. Time never stops for nobody. That's one thing about it. Time never stops for nobody. And then that moment that you realize that it's too late, oh baby, it's not too late, because the time's still gonna keep going. It's not gonna pause when you realize, oh shoot, I wasted all my youth doing all this different stuff, following the crowd. I don't want to get into details. Doing all this different stuff, you messed up your life or whatever it was. Oh baby, what do you want us to do? You want us to rewind time? You want us to cry about it? No. No. Figure that stuff out now. Let's think about our futures more. That's why all this technology was made. For you to figure things out faster. Figure things out faster. Why are we figuring out things way too late? No. It's not too late, babe. If you figure it out right now. Stop waiting when things are just... No. Figure it out right now. Now is the time. Before I end this video, the last thing I really want to touch base on, because I was just talking about like how my generation's going down sad and like bringing that to awareness. The last thing that I do want to say is that, you know, there are some people, I know, multiple, I would say many more than previous generations that I could consider. There's also a lot more broken kids that are following the crowd because of family issues or home issues, which I truly understand that. And some of that stuff is not your fault. It's really not your fault that, you know, you raised in a broken family, or you raised with a single mom or a single parent, whatever it is, or, you know, abuse or foster home or all that different stuff. Like, I truly understand that stuff. And shout out, you know, to anybody that had to see that stuff or going through that stuff. Like, you know, it's not easy. But one thing that I can say is that only you can make the right decisions for your life. Like, don't ever say that a specific situation is the reason why you are the way that you are, because you can always change the situation around. Like, look at most of the billionaires and all these different people that are doing motivational speeches, that are doing all this different stuff. They all have this similar coming from a broken family, a broken household, poor, homeless, abused, drug addict. They all got those stories. And where are they at? They're at the top. They're at the top. So don't ever use your situation as an excuse on why you're not getting better or why you're not making it to where you want to be, because you can change your outcome. It doesn't matter where you start, it's when you finish. That's all that matters. And so if you're a part of my generation, or if you're, you know, you're noticing these things, you know, bring more awareness to it. Make a change. Make a change. Like, I don't really care for the majority. I'm not trying to like stop doing social media, stop posting your body. No. Whoever, take that advice as you will. I don't really care. I'm just saying this because this is just how I feel. It's my opinion, to each his own, right? And so if you feel led to be changed, or you feel like, you know, that's not the lifestyle that you want for yourself, change that. But if you still want to do it, do that. Do what makes you happy. But I just feel like, on that note, what I was talking about with the whole social media thing, or just like how my generation is going downhill, is more of a perspective of the future. You know, when you're thinking of the realities, you know, the realities of our future is that if we don't stop putting all our focus on other people, or letting our lives be built around other people's intentions or how the crowd is moving, we're not going nowhere. That's just all I wanted to say. I love you guys so much. I feel like I was so serious that video, but that was real. That was real spill. And you know, like, I'm coming with the facts this year. Like, my time is here. And so I just wanted to let you guys know I love you guys. I love you guys. And you know, if you're going through any of this stuff, or you know anybody that's going through this stuff, needs help or whatever it is, I'm here. Because I would say I used to be that same exact way. I love y'all. I really want to make this a series, so let me know how this information goes with you. I love you guys. Stay tuned and I'll be back.